Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy a signature spellbook, Freyalise? The second signature spellbook this year, this time in green, signature spellbook Freyalise comes, as always, with 8 green cards from the titular character's spellbook, Oh, wait. This isn't signature spellbook Freyalise at all. Spellbooks come with 9 cards and cost $20 each, and this has 8 cards, and this premium version is $250. Okay, then. Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy Commander Collection Green? Normally, the answer to this question would be different for different players based upon their individual needs and goals, but as Commander has become the new normal, and has also become, in no small part through products such as this, more and more linear, perhaps the question is very straightforward. Do you want to add all 8 of these cards to your Commander deck, or just some? And if so, is this the best way to do it? Thus, in addition to playability, in this video we will examine worth as it relates to players looking for financial value, both of individual cards and as a whole, as well as the difference between the premium and non-premium versions of this product. That's right, there's 2 versions, an expensive one and an even more expensive one. Which one is right for you? Let's take a look. A note before we begin. This video, like all of my Is It Worth It videos, will examine card values on the day of launch. Prior to launch, many of these cards held higher values, which, due to economic forces, decreased as a large supply was to hit the market. To be blunt, I do not care what these cards were worth before I had the option to purchase this product. I cannot buy it then, I can only buy it now. Thus, all that matters to me is the now, as I stand today, in my local game store or with mouse hovering above the Buy It Now button, and am asking whether or not the contents I am getting today is worth it relative to the other options available today, such as buying some or all of the singles today. These cards being of higher value before the product was available does not, in my evaluation, warrant extra points, as it were, nor does the potential for the values to increase over time. The grade reflects the value, the worth upon the product's launch. You, of course, may value different criteria, and as always, the grade that matters most is your own. I simply present my evaluation, my perspective, my priorities as I see them. And I will commence with that presentation now. Commander Collection Green contains the following: 8 cards, either in non-foil or foil, depending on which version you purchase, featuring never-before-seen artwork of the following: Sylvan Library, Worldly Tutor, Omnath, Locus of Rage, Freyalise, Llanowar's Fury, Sol Ring, Seedborn Muse, Command Tower, and Bane of Progress. There is no MSRP because then Wizards of the Coast would need to take responsibility for their actions as a business in offering this product. But the market value is $89.99, and since the price being charged at stores that I polled was within a range of $80 to $100, this video will work with an assumed price of $89.99. As always, if your local price differs from this, please insert accordingly. This is, of course, for the non-foil version. The foil version is running for $250, and I will discuss that in a moment. But that $89.99 price tag on the non-foil version is striking, because as I joked in the introduction, this product is essentially a signature spellbook. Signature spellbooks are collections of 8 reprinted cards, the only difference being that only half come with new artwork in a signature spellbook, but it's the same number of cards, same number of reprints. The other deviation, I suppose, is that signature spellbooks come with a bonus 9th card, which is a random one of the 8 but in foil, whereas there is no bonus card here, and in order to get the foils, you'll need to buy the artificially scarce $250 version. So now we enter the, it's all just cardboard, the value of everything is imagined when you think about it, like, money's just paper, man. Something capitalism section of the discussion. But the truth is, this really is the same formula as a signature spellbook. A few high chase cards, several decent ones, and then a few dubious inclusions, probably meant to pad out the product. The only thing is, you are getting less in the sense that there is no random foil included, but paying more, in this case slightly over 4 times more for the non-premium version, supposedly because these 8 pieces of cardboard are worth more than the 8 pieces of cardboard that were in Signature Spellbook, Gideon, and Chandra, and Jace. That's the difference. Oh, and I guess another difference is that the premium version is, it's got a foil packaging. So that's different than Signature Spellbooks. Oh, no, wait, the Signature Spellbooks have foil packaging too. So it's not that. But of course, the cards reprinted here are worth more. So maybe this is more like a From the Vault than a Signature Spellbook. Except, of course, From the Vault, for those who are too young to remember, came with 10, not 8 cards, and all of them were foil. The MSRP on those was $35. Though very often the good ones had an increased price, which would go up to the $100 range. So I don't really know what this is supposed to be, but I'll tell you this. Given how much they are charging, maybe trying a little to disguise the grand illusion of Magic Finance would have been nice. Change the box, is what I'm saying. Make it 11 cards or 7 cards. Don't literally use the Signature Spellbook blueprint and then confront us with the fact that there is no reason whatsoever that one piece of cardboard can't cost the same as another. Soothe us with sweet lies. Oh, and speaking of sweet lies, let's examine the financial value. Let's begin by looking at what these 8 cards cost on the day of launch and compare that to what buying the non-signature spellbook version would cost. If you were to purchase the Commander Collection green version of Sylvan Library, that would run $34, whereas the regular version is $50. Worldly Tutor would cost you $17.50, whereas its regular version is $25. Omnath Locus of Rage is $14 as opposed to a $33 regular version. Freyalise Llanowar's Fury is about $7.75 as opposed to $11 for her regular version. Sol Ring, of which there are many printings of, is $9. Here it has some nice special artwork, but if you didn't care about that artwork and just needed a Sol Ring, it would cost you about $3. Seedborn Muse is $8 for this version, $8.50 for the regular version. Command Tower, this version's currently $7.50, but a regular version is only 35 cents. Bane of Progress here is $3 as opposed to its regular version being $7. So if you were to purchase the individual cards from this Commander collection, to get one of each in the new art would cost you about $100.75. Now that is what some places are asking for this collection. We're operating off of $89.99, which means that, yeah, you're getting about $10 if you buy the full package. Now if you wanted the original art versions, that'd be a little bit more at $137.85. What about if you were to go full gusto and get the premium version of this in all foil? Looking at foils, we are looking at some high prices. Sylvan Library is a pretty close tie. If you want the foil from here, it's $89. A regular foil would run you about $90. Worldly Tutor is noteworthy because while the foil here is $53, there's never been a foil version available of this card. So the only way to get a foil Worldly Tutor is through purchasing it here. Omnath Locus of Rage, again, not too much difference. The foil version here is $45. A regular foil would set you back about $40. Freyalise would run you $23 for her Commander Collection foil, whereas her regular foil, which was offered in the Commander Anthology, would cost you about $10. If you like this Sol Ring and its special art in foil, it'll run you $29, whereas thanks to all those promo printings, a foil Sol Ring would be $23. Seedborn Muse, another close tie, here it's $20, whereas the regular foil would be about $21. Command Tower as well, $17 here, or a regular version can be purchased for about $18. That's because they have those stretchy art premium ones in the expensive booster packs currently. Bane of Progress would be $17 for the foil, and there's been no foil printing of that card. That's why the non-foil isn't that expensive, but here the foil, yeah, that's $17. So if you were to buy all of these art versions in foil, that would run you about $293, which is why the complete sealed package of this in foil is costing about $250. So since these are selling for very near the complete worth of their contents, meaning that, especially with the non-premium version, if you were to just buy up one of each of the singles, it's pretty much costing you the price of just buying the package, so why buy the package? There's a little bit of value for your dollar in buying the package of the extremely expensive premium version, but either way, I feel that this really puts emphasis on the question, how many of these cards do you really want for your decks? Not all of the cards in Commander Collection Green are likely to be run in all green Commander decks. While Sylvan Library and Worldly Tutor are pretty serious contenders for cards that, whether you are mono green, 2, or even 3 color, you would likely want to run them. And obviously, every single Commander deck has a home for both Sol Ring and Command Tower. Cards like Freyalise and Bane of Progress are not going to have a home in every green deck out there. And the same can even be said for Seedborn Muse and Omnath. Now don't get me wrong, these are all great cards in their own right, but just because you are in green does not mean Freyalise wants to be in your deck, as she usually is either the commander of a deck or is included in the 99 of a mono green deck, or perhaps included in a specific rather than universal build. The new art on Sol Ring and Command Tower is really cool, but you probably already own several copies of both these cards. In fact, Command Tower is about 35 cents right now, so this is just alternate art, and if it appeals to you, maybe you just want to buy that individual card. Do you love that green themed Sol Ring? Well, snap up a foil one for $29. No need to shell out $250. Heck, these are bringing down the prices of the other versions, so maybe snap up a Sylvan Library that actually features a Sylvan Library and not just a weird profile of a commander. Yes, I get that Reki is technically a walking library. I still think having a commander profile as the face of an enchantment of a location is as weird as having a close-up of Gideon as the artwork of Sacred Foundry. But art is subjective. Get whichever version you like, assuming of course you even need a Sylvan Library. Perhaps you already own one and don't need to spend $250 to get another, only in foil, and with a handful of other cards you may not actually have a home for. Make a list. Write out all the individual cards from this collection that you would actually play with in your decks and see what the price of purchasing those cards on the list as singles compares to the price of this as a sealed product. As for me, I already have the cards in this collection that I need for the decks that I play with, and as for the others, well, I just don't run them, so I don't really need these. Either of these. I guess I'll just give it all away to a subscriber. Would you like it? Final conclusion, Commander Collection Green comes in 2 versions, expensive and ridiculously expensive. When the cheap version of this collection of 8 cards costs as much as a booster box, once again, we have a Magic the Gathering product that is not for everybody. Is it for you? The price of the most expensive of the 2 versions does carry with it some added value over buying all 8 of the singles, but that value is not particularly noteworthy, and it is unlikely Commander players even need all 8 of these cards for their decks. Most likely, players will find the best use of their money is to buy the individual cards they plan to specifically play with. There is little to no financial incentive to purchase the entire package, except perhaps as a long-term investment to keep sealed and on the shelf unplayed. This isn't quite a D for disaster, but I just don't see anything great going on here. It's fine if you want it. Great as a C. Next product, next. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. I am going to select one subscriber at random to send these to, so all 16 of these cards, the foil and the non-foil together. Sorry, no packaging, I already opened them. I don't have extras. This is just what I got for review. I don't need them for my personal collection, so I'm going to give them away to to one of you. If you'd like to enter to get these, just leave a comment on yesterday's video, the aptly themed guide to powering up your Green Commander deck. If you have already left a comment, then you are already entered. But if you have not, why not tell me in your own words how you like to power up your Green Commander decks? Please no spam and no copy pasting of messages or phrases, as all of that will be deleted. Do make sure you are subscribed, as I will select one winning comment from a subscriber on December 12th, which hopefully will be enough time for me to get these cards, the 8 non-foil and the 8 foil, out to you in time for the holidays. Yes, I will ship these anywhere in the world. Good luck. And throughout the rest of this holiday season, and for the thankful end to this year of hell, I wish you all a smooth and happy one.